It's not a debate, but it's kind of like one between Cam and I. He is very optimistic about this movie. I'm very skeptic, and I just want to compare what our beliefs are on some aspects of this movie. So let's get into it. All right. So our first topic going to this is: will this movie be able to match the Winter Soldier tone? And what we mean by that is this rugged, grounded, a lot of cool action scenes movie that we all loved about the Winter Soldier. So up first, Cam, the optimistic one of this movie. Do you think this will match the tone of Captain America 2, The Winter Soldier?
I think it would have the similar vibes. I don't think it's going to be, a one-to-one replica match of The Winter Soldier. It definitely has, the same kind of vibes with the, undercover stuff, vigilante, all this stuff. It looks like almost a COD game.
As for me, I actually kind of agree with Cam. I do think it will be very grounded, action heavy for most of the movie until the end of the movie where they have a big red Hulk monster. I think that's not very Captain America Winter Soldier-esque. But other than that, I think they kind of have to, if they want to produce the best movie possible, to have this Winter Soldier-esque action sequences. Maybe the team up battle scene maybe that doesn't count as Winter Soldier-esque. So I think only two action sequences in this movie will not match it. But I'm looking forward to see what they do with the White House battle. But I do think it will somewhat match the Winter Soldier tone. And then our second discussion point is if this movie is going to have too much plot. I am a unanimous yes in this. I believe this movie is going to try to juggle a crap ton. I think they're going to try to make a World War III-esque potential with the team at Adamantium War. I think that will probably happen. They got like 3 villains. They got Red Hulk. They got the leader. They got Sidewinder. So there's a lot of villains in this movie. This movie has established Sam Wilson as a legit Captain America level hero. They might set up the event like the next order of Avengers in this movie. And yeah, I think this movie has a lot on its plate. Especially, I'm even more concerned because they just released the runtime for this movie. An hour and 58 is a lot for what they're going to try to do in this movie. And I'm really scared. So yeah, I think there's way too much plot going on.
Yeah, I don't actually think that it's gonna be too much plot. Me personally, I think it's just gonna be, two teams with like Thaddeus Ross and, Sam and their little CIA group, whatever, is fighting off the leader and the Sidewinder, their little group, and then maybe they'll just break off like towards like the end. But I just think it's just going to be 2 opposing groups just clashing together.
So topic number 3 is, will the reshoots actually help this movie? I'm actually going to say yes on this because I think this movie from the start has been flawed in its concept, and we'll go over this later in topic 4. But at this core, I do not believe in this movie. So those early drafts were rejected heavily by not just like test screeners, but also internal test screeners for Marvel. So I think the reshoots are only going to help this movie. It's not going to help it financially, but the reshoots have caused this budget to balloon. But I do think that the reshoots are actually going to help with the final product and salvage something for this movie.
Yeah, I also agree with, the reshoots will help it drastically, because if they don't think that a certain scene is right for the movie, they will reshoot it until they think that it's perfect. And now coming as just seeing a movie of just like a standalone movie, I think they will portray it amazingly, the whole story of this new Captain America for the new future of the MCU, of the Avengers.
And then leading to the next one, as I mentioned earlier, is does Sam deserve to be Captain America? In my opinion, this is the flawed core of this movie. I don't think Sam deserves to be Captain America. I think it should have been either Bucky or you just retired the character in general. And here's why Sam does not deserve to be Captain America. What did he do in Avengers Infinity War and Avengers Endgame to warrant to be the new Captain America. He didn't do a darn thing. He did stick by Captain America's side during Civil War, but also, Hawkeye did. Why isn't Hawkeye, Captain America? I think it should have been Bucky. There's a really good comic line where he was Bucky that was well received, unlike Sam Wilson's run as Captain America in comics, which was horribly received. But Bucky shares the same core traditional American values that Steve did back in the the 40s and all that. He's a super soldier, and he is a product of what America is all about, a second chance. And given a guy like Bucky, the mantle as Captain America is the ultimate second chance. And I think that would have been a really compelling storyline. And with Sam, they got to make some stuff up because bro doesn't have beef in it with anyone, But yeah, I think this movie has a chance to be good, but I think it could have been elite with a different Captain America, more specifically Bucky. I just don't think Sam deserves to be Cap.
I nor agree nor disagree that Sam deserves to be Captain America. I feel like the Captain America mantle should have just rested when Steve was tired of being Captain America. The Captain America role does not need to be passed down from generation to generation. It should have just been an era where one man that symbolized heroism, peace, justice, everything under the sun. No one can do the same amount of accomplishments or has gone through the same amount of discipline or really has gone through anything like Steve has. Not even Bucky, even though he was his closest friend, not even Sam.
And then our last discussion for this skepticism versus optimism debate, we got, does this movie actually impact Marvel Cinematic Universe? I'm going to say kinda. Only if they actually try to salvage up an Avengers team. Even though I think this potential new Avengers team is going to be garbage, they still gotta have an team for Doomsday. So I think it's going to really impact the MCU. I don't think as much as Fantastic Four, because it's all safe to assume that will be like post-credit scene in that movie will be the debut of RD. So I'm gonna say this movie does impact it because it will probably be about Captain America setting up the new Avengers team because there's no Avengers right now. So I'm gonna say it does impact the MCU.
I'm throwing a little curveball. I actually don't think it will impact the MCU at all, simply because I don't see them putting any more story into this early cinematic universe. I feel like they just want to close out this Captain America stuff once and for all, give it its fourth and final movie, and just, wrap it up, clean slate. They don't have to touch it ever again.
In its own little self story.
Yeah, a little reboot to the Captain America franchise, but also the end of the Captain America franchise in a way.
So yeah, that is our bold takes for the upcoming Captain America Brave New World movie. Definitely let us know in the comments or whatever you're watching this on what you think about it.